One of these ultra limited years will strand you at a red light on a 900-pound motorcycle that will not stop moving. Another was recalled 238,000 times for brakes that could fail without warning. And one specific year is the best used touring motorcycle value in America right now. In the next few minutes, we're going to tell you exactly which years to run from and which ones to hunt for. Stay until the end because the single best ultra limited you can buy right now might surprise you. Let's get right into it. Years to avoid. 2014. Let us start with the year that should have been the greatest moment in ultra limited history, and instead became one of the most embarrassing chapters Harley-Davidson has ever written. 2014 was the year of Project Rushmore. That was Harley's most ambitious overhaul of the touring lineup in decades. New infotainment, new fairing design, new hydraulic clutch, new everything. The marketing was enormous. The anticipation was real. Riders lined up at dealerships before the bikes even arrived. Then the clutch failed. Not on one bike, not on a handful, on over 105,000 motorcycles. The hydraulic clutch master cylinder developed gas bubbles that prevented it from fully disengaging. The result was a motorcycle that would not stop moving even with the clutch lever pulled completely in. On a machine weighing over 900 pounds, that is not a mechanical inconvenience. That is a genuine emergency waiting to happen at every red light, every parking lot, every moment the bike was supposed to be stopped, but wasn't. Harley also issued a second recall the same year for fuel tank leaks on affected models. 2 recalls, 1 model year, on a motorcycle that had just been completely redesigned and launched with more fanfare than anything Harley had produced in years. And here's what makes 2014 truly painful. The foundation underneath all those problems was actually excellent. The engineers built something great. The execution failed them completely. Avoid 2014. The promise was real, the delivery was not. Years to avoid. 2017 through 2018. If 2014 was bad, 2017 found a way to top it. It was worse. This was the year Harley-Davidson launched the Milwaukee 8 engine, and on paper, it was everything riders had been asking for. Less heat, less vibration, more power, more refinement. The twin cam era was over and Harley was telling anyone who would listen that this was the biggest leap forward in decades. Riders believed them. Dealerships sold out. Waiting lists formed. Then, the problem showed up. The clutch recall that had haunted Harley since 2014 came back in a bigger way. 238,000 motorcycles worldwide recalled because the clutch could leak fluid internally and lose the ability to disengage. On a nearly 900-pound motorcycle, that means the bike will not stop moving when you need it to. Riders reported 5 crashes before the recall was even issued. The cooling system on the twin-cooled Milwaukee 8 versions failed on enough early examples to cause real engine damage. Not overheating that made riders uncomfortable, engine-damaging overheating that required expensive repairs on brand new bikes. Oil leaks were widespread on 2017 models. Not small drips, documented leaks bad enough to create hazards and send riders back to the dealer repeatedly. 2018 added brake caliper problems to the list, caliper seizing, rotors warping and cracking far earlier than any owner had the right to expect. The Milwaukee 8 was genuinely great, just not in 2017 or 2018. Let someone else pay for those lessons. If you're enjoying this video thus far, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. If you know of someone who's looking for an ultra limited, share this video with them so they can make a smart, educated decision. Leave a comment if you own or have experience with one of these models. Now, back to the video. Years to avoid. 2010 to 2011. Here's something most people do not know. The Ultra Limited did not exist before 2010. This was the very first year of the model. Brand new from the ground up. Harley's most loaded, most expensive, most featured package touring motorcycle ever built at that point. Heated grips, premium audio, tour pack, full fairing, everything a serious touring rider could want on a bike. And like most first-year models, it came with problems that first-year models almost always bring. The ABS braking system on 2010 and 2011 Ultra Limiteds was part of a massive recall that eventually covered 175,000 motorcycles across multiple Harley touring models. The issue was brake fluid deposits building up inside the ABS system over time and causing the brakes to behave unpredictably. On a motorcycle this size, unpredictable brakes are not something you want to find out about at highway speed. The 2011 added infotainment glitches to the list, unresponsive touchscreens, software bugs that required updates or full replacements. On a bike that cost this much, the technology should have worked the first time. Here's the honest truth about 2010 and 2011. They are not the worst years on this list. The problems were real, but they were addressed, and the mechanical foundation underneath everything was actually solid. But when you're spending serious money on a used Ultra Limited, there are better years available with cleaner histories. Why start here when you can do better? Put your hard-earned money elsewhere. Years to avoid: 2015. You would think that after everything that went wrong in 2014, Harley-Davidson would have spent 2015 fixing every single problem before another bike left the factory. They tried, they just didn't try hard enough. The hydraulic clutch that had triggered the massive 2014 recall was addressed. Harley issued the fix, dealers performed the repairs, and on paper, the problem was solved. But owners who bought 2015 Ultra Limiteds expecting a completely sorted motorcycle found out the hard way that Harley's fix was more of a band-aid than a permanent solution. Clutch complaints continued showing up on owner forums. Not at the same rate as 2014, but consistent enough that buyers found themselves back at the dealer with problems that should have been left behind the year before. Then something new arrived. Engine stalling in traffic became a documented pattern on enough 2015 examples to make it a recognized complaint. A motorcycle that cuts out unexpectedly at speed or in the middle of an intersection is not a minor inconvenience. It's a dangerous situation that no rider should have to manage on a premium touring motorcycle. Fire risk reports associated with certain 2015 models added a level of concern that went beyond the usual reliability complaints. 2015 was supposed to be the year Project Rushmore delivered on everything it had promised in 2014. For too many owners, it delivered more of the same frustration instead. Close, but not close enough. Years to avoid: 2013. By 2013, the Ultra Limited had been on the market for 3 years. 3 years of real owner feedback. 3 years of documented complaints. 3 years of information Harley had every opportunity to act on before this bike left the factory. And yet, here we are. The twin-cooled high-output twin-cam 103 engine arrived on 2013 models, and it was supposed to finally solve the heat problem that had been following Harley touring bikes around for years. The idea was simple: add liquid cooling around the exhaust valve seats. Reduce heat that had been making riders miserable in traffic and warm weather. In practice, the cooling system added complexity without fully delivering on its promise. Owners still reported uncomfortable heat levels on extended rides and in stop-and-go traffic. The system worked better than nothing, it just did not work as well as Harley said it would. The infotainment system on 2013 models became a source of genuine frustration. Intermittent audio failures, Bluetooth connectivity that dropped without warning, the boombox radio system glitching in ways that required dealer visits that did not always produce permanent fixes. None of this is as dramatic as a clutch recall or brake failure, but here's the thing. When you're paying premium money for a premium motorcycle, you expect the radio to work. You expect the engine not to cook you at a red light. 2013 asked a lot and delivered less than it should have. Years to avoid: 2012. We finished the years to avoid with 2012, and compared to everything else on this list, it is the mildest entry by a significant margin. No clutch failures, no brake emergencies, no engine damage, just one specific problem that showed up consistently enough across enough owner reports to earn its place on this list: the electrical system. 2012 Ultra Limited owners reported voltage instability that showed up most noticeably at low idle speeds. The voltage gauge would drop significantly and then return to normal. It happened often enough and consistently enough that it became a recognized complaint on owner forums across the country. Not dangerous in the way that a brake failure is dangerous, but unsettling on a motorcycle this expensive. And left unaddressed, it created real concerns about the long-term health of the electrical system. The fix was straightforward: replace the voltage regulator. Harley issued a recall to address it. Dealers performed the repair, and for most owners who got it sorted, the problem went away completely. Here's the honest truth about 2012. If you find one with documented proof that the voltage regulator recall was completed, it moves from a year to avoid to a year worth considering. The mechanical foundation is solid, the twin-cam 103 is a good engine, the 6-speed transmission is excellent. The electrical issue was real, but it was fixable. On this list, 2012 is the least of your worries. Just make sure the recall is done before you hand over any money. So those are the 6 years that have cost Ultra Limited owners thousands of dollars, and in some cases, put them in genuinely dangerous situations. Remember these years and forward them to anyone who's considering buying an Ultra Limited right now. Tell them to stay away from those. But here's what most videos like this never tell you. The same engineers who built those problem years also built some of the most amazing and capable and satisfying touring motorcycles Harley-Davidson has ever produced. And they're sitting on the used market right now at prices that make serious sense. You'll be on cloud 9 if you get your hand on any of these models. Let's take a look. Years worth buying, 2016. This is where the story turns around completely. 2016 is what Project Rushmore always promised to be. 2 full years after the disaster of 2014. Every recall completed, every technical service bulletin was resolved, the hydraulic clutch that had terrified owners and triggered over 100,000 recalls was finally sorted for real this time. The infotainment system that had been a source of constant frustration worked the way it should have worked from the beginning. What remained when all those problems were stripped away was the genuinely excellent foundation that Project Rushmore had been built on all along. The Twin Cam 103 was fully mature by 2016. Years of real-world miles had proven its reliability across hundreds of thousands of owner bikes. The 6-speed transmission shifted cleanly every time. The heated grips, the premium audio, the tour pack, the Daymaker LED headlights. All of it working together the way a motorcycle at this price point should have always worked. Riders who felt burned by 2014 and 2015 and waited 2 years for Harley to get it right were rewarded with arguably the most complete twin cam era Ultra Limited ever built. The used market tells you everything you need to know about 2016. These bikes hold their value. Sellers ask strong prices. Buyers pay them without much argument. That is not just brand loyalty talking. That is the market telling you something important about what a 2016 Ultra Limited is actually worth. Years worth buying, 2019 to 2020. This is where the Ultra Limited story reaches its peak. The Milwaukee 8 that launched in 2017 spent 2 full years getting sorted in the real world. Every first-year problem that made 2017 and 2018 years to avoid was completely resolved by the time 2019 rolled off the line. What remained was the best engine Harley-Davidson had ever put in a touring motorcycle, combined with everything they had learned about building the Ultra Limited across nearly a decade of production. The Milwaukee 8 114 delivers 128 foot-pounds of torque. That number does not fully capture what it feels like to roll onto a highway on one of these bikes. It's effortless in a way that twin cam owners struggled to believe the first time they rode one. The heat that had defined Ultra Limited ownership for so long was dramatically reduced. The vibration managed to levels that stopped being something riders even thought about. Electronics that worked every single time. No clutch failures, no infotainment freezes, no charging problems. Just a motorcycle doing exactly what it was built to do mile after mile after mile. The 2020 specifically is the sweet spot of this entire generation. The original MSRP was over $28,000. Clean examples are now showing up on the used market between $17,000 and $19,000. That's a fully loaded premium touring motorcycle with a mature bulletproof drivetrain at a price that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. Do not overlook this one. The single best Ultra Limited to buy right now in 2026. The single best Ultra Limited on the used market right now is the 2020, and here's exactly why. By 2020, the Milwaukee 8 114 was fully mature. Every problem from the first 2 years of the platform was completely resolved and long forgotten. What you get in a 2020 Ultra Limited is 128 foot-pounds of torque delivered with a smoothness that genuinely has to be experienced to be understood. The twin cooling system that caused headaches on early Milwaukee 8 models was working exactly as designed by this point. Heat levels that had frustrated Ultra Limited owners for a decade were finally under control. The electronics package on the 2020 is complete and reliable. Heated grips that worked every time. Premium audio that actually sounds good. Cruise control that engages and holds without drama. Infotainment that does not freeze or reboot in the middle of a ride. All of it backed by a chassis and suspension setup that Harley had spent 10 years refining specifically for this motorcycle. Here's what makes the 2020 the smartest buy on this list right now. That bike left the showroom floor at over $28,000. Today, clean examples with reasonable mileage are selling between $17,000 and $19,000. Some are going lower depending on how motivated the seller is. That is a fully loaded flagship touring motorcycle for roughly 60 cents on the dollar compared to what someone paid for it new. Before you buy one, here's exactly what to check. First, inspect the compensator on cold startup. A rattling noise that goes away after the engine warms up means a budget around $500 for a fix. Second, check oil consumption. Ask for the maintenance records and look for any pattern of topping up between changes. Third, make sure every piece of electronics works before you hand over a single dollar. Heated grips, infotainment, audio, cruise control, all of it. Find a clean 2020 Ultra Limited with documented service history, and you've found one of the best used touring motorcycle values available anywhere in 2026. 6 years that will cost you money and in some cases put you in danger. 3 years that will reward every mile you put on them. And one specific year that represents the best value on the used Ultra Limited market right now. Now you know exactly which is which. If you're shopping for a used Ultra Limited right now, drop a comment below and tell us which year you're looking at. And if you already own one, tell us which year and how it's treated you. Share this video with someone who might be looking for one of these models. They'll appreciate it, and so do we. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next one. We have more of these coming for your information and enjoyment. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.